What up, it's Chris from Lazy Lemming and UpandLoaded.com. I wanted to do a follow-up video on the Nintendo Switch reveal. Big blowout happened. Nintendo showed off the thing in a very timid fashion, I want to say. Like I said earlier in my last video, when they first announced that this thing was going to be live streamed from Japan, my hype went way down because I knew that the presentation was probably going to be lacking, especially when you compare it to their past E3s, or even Sony or Microsoft's past E3 press conferences, or when they announced the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at their own separate events. This was Nintendo Switch's time to shine, and man, the hype was just drowned out of it. But I'm going to talk about some good things, some bad things, but first I wanted to focus on the online portion of it, because yes, Nintendo is going to be charging for online. This thing comes out in March. We don't know how much they're going to be charging for online because they're saying that, well, from March to the holiday or fall 2017, there is going to be a free trial. So you know all that online playing you were doing on the Wii U, the Wii, 3DS, and DS? Well, that was for free. That was a trial too, I guess, except, you know, on all those systems there was voice chat. Except this time on the Switch you're not going to have any voice chat until fall 2017, at least it appears that way, maybe this summer. But you have to do the voice chat through an app, and like I said earlier, it sounds like you're going to have to use voice chat on your phone. I'm not seeing the advantage there. So instead of, you know, just talking on the phone with a headset, now you're doing it through Nintendo's app. Okay, and this is listed as a bullet point as one of the features and one of the things that you can only get by paying to play online. I hate the idea of paying to play online. I made a huge video about it with the PlayStation 4. People still watch it and commented on it to this day because PlayStation owners were not happy when they started having to pay to play online, because a lot of people thought when Sony started to charge for online that it would improve, that they would invest a lot more money into better servers and try harder to make it more akin to Xbox Live Gold. And they didn't. They just kind of pocketed the money and ran. They might have improved a little bit of their infrastructure, but for the most part, it's still not comparable. It's still not on the same level as Xbox Live. And for that matter, I don't care. I don't think it's okay for people to be paying to play online for Microsoft either. You're paying for peer-to-peer servers. You're just paying to use your own internet. And that's what's going to happen with the Switch. And, you know, people are being pretty negative on it, saying that Nintendo's not going to even be able to match Sony in this regard. They're probably right, but we don't know how much Nintendo's going to charge. The system launches in 2 months. They're going to start charging in the fall. That's a weird way to go. But it's because they aren't ready. So you're going to have online play for whatever games supported, I guess, from March to fall for free. And then, you know, then you'll be able to get voice chat through your phone. I think that sucks. Also, what sucks is that Nintendo is kind of emulating the PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live Gold model where you get free games, except, you know, they're doing it in a very stingy Nintendo way. And God bless them, I love Nintendo. They make awesome games, and they showed off a lot of them. But, man, when it comes to the value of their software, something got twisted in their head a couple gens back. If you remember on the GameCube, they had Nintendo Selects, or Player's Choice is what they called them at the time. They had a yellow stripe across the top of the game boxes, and you knew that those games were going to be cheaper. They were actually $10 more than Sony's greatest hit games and Xbox's greatest hit games, but the Player's Choice games were $30 as opposed to the standard $50, because Nintendo likes to retain the value of their games. They do have Nintendo Selects, or whatever they call them now, on the Wii U and the Wii, but those games don't become, you know, the bestseller games. They don't become Nintendo Selects until like 3 or 4 years after release. So they're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel, the people who really did not want to give the games a try until they were cheaper. And so I don't expect that to change too much with the Switch, but man, they're getting greedy right out the gate. And when it comes to online, when I said that they're emulating PlayStation Plus a little bit, you do get free games according to Nintendo, but according to some people in the know, and I guess people that really have been speaking to Nintendo, going off of what Nintendo says on their own official site, they say you get one free game per month. It's going to be a Nintendo game, an NES game, or a Super Nintendo game. However, that game, according to the sources, is just a rental, essentially. You get to play a ROM for a month. We don't know if it's Nintendo's choice, that Nintendo gets to say, you get to play Earthbound for a month, or you get to play New Super Mario, no, not New Super Mario, you get to play Super Mario World or Mario Brothers 3 for a month. And after you have played it for a month, or after you've downloaded it and the month has ended, if you want to keep playing that game, you got to pony up to Nintendo. The greed. The greed. And you know, it's different philosophies. Nintendo likes to think that their games are timeless, and in many cases they are absolutely correct. But man, just compare it. Just compare it. If these scenarios are true, if Nintendo, let's say Nintendo price matches Sony and Microsoft, comes out the gate swinging with $60 per year. They say you need to pay us $60 per year to play games online, and their servers are not up to snuff. Their setup, their infrastructure is not as fast, it's not as reliable, it's not as good as Sony or Microsoft. They're charging $60 a year, and they're offering one free rental of their choice per month. Nintendo, NES or SNES. They couldn't throw N64 or GameCube in there, or Game Boy Advance. They couldn't throw any of that. It's, you know, you get an NES game or Super Nintendo game, you get to rent it, and then you get to buy it. In Nintendo's eyes, they're looking at this as a way to get people to buy more ROMs, or to buy more virtual console games. It's a try before you buy thing. And then they said another advantage of paying for this online service is that you get exclusive discounts, like you would on PlayStation Plus. If you are a PlayStation Plus member, and I'm sure an Xbox Live Gold member, when a sale happens on their digital stores, you will see two different prices. If you are a PlayStation Plus member, the price is less. You get a bigger discount. So I'm sure that's what Nintendo is doing essentially here as well, except if you follow Nintendo sales on the eShop, they're pretty damn stingy. They're pretty damn stingy. Like, I will get emails from Nintendo and it'll say, save up to 10% on these games you probably had no interest in the first place. So when they say, you know, you'll get exclusive discounts, I'm not too excited about that. However, they did say My Nintendo members will also get discounts added on top of that as well. In order for this to get any kind of sympathy from me, or any kind of leeway from me, or forgiveness, this thing needs to be less. This subscription model needs to be less than Microsoft or Sony. I'm talking about $30 a month. You need to really prove yourself. And this free game model, it just is not comparable. It's not, I don't want to say it's not fair, but you know, it's their company, it's their choice. But it's just not, it's not there. It's not there. And a big problem, I want to point this out, a big problem with Nintendo charging to play online, it is probably going to fuck them over. Excuse my language, but it probably is, especially when it comes to cultivating an online community. Because Nintendo systems historically do not gather the same crowds, or the same amount of crowds online. Now, Nintendo consoles have seen a rise in people that do connect to the internet and play, but when you play a game online, let's say you play Call of Duty Black Ops 2, because that was one of the more popular games to play on the Wii U online. You play that online, on any given day, a couple of years ago, I don't know what it's like now, there was about 1,000 people online. 1,000, maybe 1,100, maybe 1,400 on a really good day. Compare that same game on PlayStation 4 or even PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 or Xbox One. Same game, Black Ops 2. Well, actually, it wasn't on 4 or 1. But say you compare Black Ops 2 on the Wii U versus Black Ops 2 on the PS3 and 360. If there's 1,100 people playing on the Wii U, there was 100,000 people playing on the 360. That's the difference. That's the difference. And the 360 had a pay gate. You had to pay money to play online on the 360. You didn't have to pay to play online on the Wii U, yet the people playing, the amount of people playing on the 360 was insurmountably more. There was just so many more people playing on the 360. Now, take away the pay gate. Take away the paywall. The paywall is the word I'm looking for. Take away the paywall. If you didn't have to pay on the 360, if you had to pay no money, nobody's subscription lapsed, you would have 300,000 people playing online. Wii U, add a paywall to Black Ops 2. 1,100 people becomes 11. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Switch is going to have that problem. I'm worried about it. Unless this thing sells gangbusters and the subscription model is a huge hit, they are shooting themselves in the foot. They have not proven themselves in this arena. Granted, Microsoft hadn't really proven themselves in that arena either with the original Xbox, but it wasn't an immediate smash hit either. They had to kind of build up. It wasn't until the 360 that things really started rocking for Xbox Live. So we might be going through some growing pains or some shrinking pains with the Switch online community. I'm not happy about that at all, and I don't think it's cool. I think what Nintendo has shown so far or announced has been poorly communicated. There's not enough details at all. Don't say you're going to charge for online and not say how much you're going to charge. And then the way they announced the free game was purposefully vague, and we have to kind of put the pieces together ourselves. It's really annoying. I don't like it. So let's see what else they have here. They talk about their parental controls. They actually have a really good video of Bowser and Bowser Jr. That displays how the parental controls work, and it's actually pretty cool if you're a parent. I'm not gonna block anything. I want to play everything. So if you're a parent, cool. Parental controls are nice, I guess. Outside of that, there's not much going on. You can register friends. Nintendo's big thing is that you control it all through your smartphone, but that's weird. That's clumsy, especially if you're playing it on a handheld or if you're playing the Switch undocked, wherever you are. You have to pull out your smartphone, assuming you have one, or your iPod Touch or whatever it is, your tablet. You have to control the party lobby, the chat, everything is through a phone. It's just weird and clumsy. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And the thing has, a headphone jack. Why is it all being handled through a separate device? I don't know. I understand the idea of having it as an option, but the only way? That's stupid. That's stupid. But overall, I'm still very much interested in the Switch. I don't want to get it confused. I'm very interested in Mario Odyssey. I'm very interested in Zelda. I saw a comparison video from IGN. Zelda actually does look better on the Switch. It's got a better resolution, and you see more details. I saw a volcano in the background. You'd barely know it was a volcano on the Wii U version. Switch version, there's lava coming down. So there are differences. The system is more powerful. But honestly, this was just a poorly communicated conference. They announced this thing. The 3-minute video they showed in October, perfect. It perfectly showed off what the system was all about, and people understood it immediately. And then they said, tune in January 12th to see everything, the real details. Yet the thing was missing so many games. They said 80 games are in development, but they only showed a handful of them. Why? Why? This was your time to come out swinging to prove you had something. In 2016, last year, the reason Nintendo stated that the Switch was not going to be coming out at the end of 2016 was because they needed more time to get games ready for launch. And what do they have to show for it? The big one that people can remember is Zelda. Everything else people kind of forget. April, you got Mario Kart 8 again. Looks good, but you're charging $60 for another Mario Kart 8. And you have Lego City Undercover. Also a game I'm interested in, but it's also a game that launched with the Wii U, your last system. And your next system has the game that your first system launched with, or your previous system launched with. That's just, it's weird. It's weird. It's not a way to come out strong. And the lack of third-party support was troubling. It was troubling because when the Wii U was first revealed, there were third-party games, left and right. Today we had FIFA, NBA 2K, Skyrim, and some indie games. Sonic. But not enough. Not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. So I want to see more from Nintendo sooner than E3. Because to wait till May, I feel like they need to get momentum early on. That was the Wii U's problem. It didn't get enough momentum early on. Third-party support like EA dried up quick. And I think these guys are checking. I think these guys check message boards and check surveys, and they want to know people's interests. And if people aren't really excited for this thing, and a lot of people that were really excited for this thing stopped being excited. So if people aren't really excited, developers and publishers are not going to give the green light for a Switch version of games, which is unfortunate. I'm worried that Skyrim is going to be the last Bethesda game on a Nintendo system again for a very long time. So let's hope that is not the case. But these are just my concerns, my immediate concerns. I want to break up these videos so it's not so long. I'll post more thoughts on the Switch in the upcoming days. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of a pay-to-play online model on a Nintendo system? Now, the PC is the last bastion of free online multiplayer. That's it. You gotta build a gaming PC. You gotta play on Steam or Games for Windows Live, whatever they call it these days. You gotta get on a computer or a Steam machine. It's pretty crappy, I think. So now if you have all three systems, you have to pay 3 different subscription fees every year, or every month, or every 3 months. For what? To play on your own internet. Peer-to-peer. I don't like it. Let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll see you soon.